What's good, YouTube? We're back with another video. UFC predictions. It's gonna be on my new channel. I'm separating my lifestyle from from MMA. So on this channel, this is Ronell MMA. It's gonna be about MMA, me training. I want to get some more. Excuse me. I want to get some more like videos of me training MMA or practicing, as well as my predictions and stuff like that for UFC. So let's get straight into it. First, we'll review how I did on my prediction for Strickland versus Hernandez, and then we'll get into Moreno versus Kavanagh, UFC Mexico. So I went 8 for 14, not too hot. Yeah, this was a funky card to pick, but the first one, easy money, Judice decision. Juliana Miller looked very weird in there. Just like I predicted, just didn't have the fight in her. It was very very weird to watch. Next up, so in this one, like I doubted Jordan Leavitt, right? But he surprised me. He looked really good in this one. Dominated. Um, Devalle had no ground game. He wanted to stand, and even in the standing exchanges, Jordan Leavitt was looking better. But a win's a win. Jordan Leavitt. So I didn't realize Jordan Leavitt dropped. He was a lightweight, and this fight was at featherweight. So he dropped to 145, and he just looked like the better man there, honestly. He looks good for that division, not going to lie. Could be seeing him fight a top 15 guy in the next couple fights or so. Yep, this fight we had JPL beating Phil Rowe, and yeah, Phil Rowe just doesn't look the same, man. Doesn't look the same. He was banging, I thought JPL would get him out of there. Uh, I didn't even realize this was catchweight. Oh, excuse me. Might need some water, but this is yeah, this was at a catchweight 172. And then yep, we got Soriano winning by decision. That's what we had. Um, we had Jocelyn Edwards. I didn't think she was gonna finish. Her finish was crazy. That slam was nuts. A lot of people were saying they could hear the break of Nora Cornole's collarbone in that slam. That slam was crazy. Yeah, but then we had Alden Courier versus Luis Gurriel. Sorry, I'm not saying that right, but yeah, got that one right. Yeah, this one was a kind of a toss up. Probably should have went with the Caucasus Mountain, the dude from the Caucasus Mountains over Ode, but I just felt like Ode might have had something in him, and he showed flashes, but it just didn't go his way. This one, I thought Chide would look better, but Carlos's pressure won him that fight. Not the best fight between these two guys, but yeah. And Zach Reese, in my opinion, he won that fight. Funky fight. I don't think Michelle Pereira has many fights left in the UFC. That just the multiple fake foul plays that he did. Like, dude, you didn't get hit in the groin. Like, some was inside thigh, some was like, that belt line. Like, dude, yeah. But Zach Reese will bounce back. Yeah, I think a lot of people had him winning that one anyway. This one, if you guys saw this one, this was nuts. Jacoby Smith. I blame both him and the ref for that. That was a late stoppage, and when the ref put hands on him to stop, he threw in like 2 or 3 more punches on the guy. Dude was unconscious. So, you know, hopefully Josiah Harrell, heals up. I know he took this fight on short notice, maybe like a week or so, but Jacoby Smith, gotta show some more class, man. It's a fight, but like, you're not out there to kill the dude. Some people fight just to kill, but it's like, dude, come on. We got the Spivak one, right? This was probably the best heavyweight fight of the year so far. There hasn't been many cards, but these guys were actually standing and banging and showing how heavyweight should fight. Now, no disrespect to Waldo Cortez Acosta, who's been on a tear lately, but these guys looked really good. Yeah, so we got that one right. Spivak was a decision. I was thinking about going decision, but yeah. I don't know why I picked decision on Jacoby. Like, dude's a freak of nature. Yeah, probably going to expect him to start finishing fights more and more. I mean, eventually once he gets into top 15, stuff like that, he'll probably start going to decision, or he might take an L against a ranked opponent that can handle his shots and take him the distance. Because I feel like if he goes longer, he might not have the cardio or the experience. We had Costa winning this one, but that KO, wow, spinning back kick to the jaw, dude, that was nuts. Dan Ige dropped out of the rankings. Melky Zayel is in the rankings. He's looking good, man. He's a terror at 145. Underrated guy. Nice. Um, yeah, this was a crazy exchange. They both had intentions of knocking each other out, and just Medic connected before Neil did. Neil looked good, but Medic he hit that temple. He clipped that temple, and Neil turned off, dude. It was nuts. That was a great fight. You know, not a lot to watch there, only a minute 19, but yeah, great knockout by Medic. And the main event, Strickland. I doubted Strickland. I will own up to that. I doubted Strickland. I didn't think his striking was elite. My homie was telling me his striking was elite, but I thought like the Izzy win was a fluke. You know, he got dominated by DDP twice. It's like nah, Strickland's not like that, right? But dude, he showed a different level against Fluffy. Fluffy just couldn't get in that range. Strickland's jab, and then keeping the that reach hand out there, keeping that, you know, that guard out there, that long guard, kept Fluffy at bay. And then when Fluffy got in there, boom, knee to the solar plexus. Fluffy got hurt, got real sloppy, and yeah, Strickland tore him apart. So Strickland versus Hamzat, I don't know. Might see it soon. All right, let's get into this next UFC Fight Night. We got Brandon Moreno headlining UFC Mexico. We got Brandon Moreno headlining versus Loner Kavanagh, UFC Mexico. I think this is going to be in Mexico City, Ciudad de Mexico. So, yeah, let's get into the picks, man. This should be a decent card. I don't know too many of these guys, but we'll just go how I'm feeling. Wow. A lot of people are saying Damian Panas from Aruba. He's got the reach advantage, same height. Yeah, we'll go him. A lot of people are saying KO, so we'll ride the wave. We'll go KO. We'll go round 2. He might be a freak of nature, kind of like Atiba Gautier. I haven't seen this guy fight, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Let's see. Eric Silva versus Francis Marshall, featherweight 145ers. Okay, these guys are both coming off of L's. Okay, so he lost to Myron Santos. I believe Myron Santos may have missed weight on this one. But, yeah, leg injury, triangle. So he won the Contender Series, got signed, but has lost 2 straight in the UFC. He's 38. Wow, that's pushing it, dog. I don't think he's got this one. 38 is that's old, man. And he's coming off a leg injury from 2 years ago. That's not looking good. I mean, I hope he shows up, shows good. If he proves me wrong, that's great for him. But yeah, it looks like he's on the tail end of his career. At least he got into the UFC, you know, got a contract, got 3 fights. But that, to me, that's probably gonna be his last. Okay, the women's fight, catchweight at 130. Yeah, I believe she took this fight on like 4 days' notice. Just got signed to the UFC out of nowhere. Like, didn't do Contender Series or nothing. But look, let's see, should have did. Combate Global. Yeah, so, and look at this, man. She gets knockouts. And let's see, decision. So she has a split decision against Judice. Judice looked pretty good in her last fight that we saw against Miller. She lost to Dione Barbosa, who's been on a pretty good tear in the UFC. And she beat Nicole Kalari. I don't know her. We're going to go with her just because the community's saying it, and we'll go decision. I'll be sick if we see a knockout on that one, though, but I think it'll be a decision. Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Javier Reyes. Unranked guy. This must be his first fight in the UFC. Yeah, so he got off the Contender Series, coming out of Colombia. Versus this guy, what is this, featherweight? A lot of people are going Reyes, 40 years old versus 32. Yeah, the older guys are hard to ride behind, man. Especially when they're not like when they're not, you know, in the rankings or, too high up. So he's lost to Said, he's lost to Miles Johns. He has a win against Cody Stamann. That's like his only win I know in the last 5. So we'll go Javier, even though this guy's unranked coming off Contender Series. Probably just more hungry, younger guy, longer reach, almost 5-inch reach. So yeah, go Reyes. Go decision. Chris Moutinho versus Christian Quinones. Bantamweight. Yeah, a lot of people. So the community's going this. I'm gonna go against him. I'm gonna go Chris Moutinho. I think the Neon Zombie gets a submission. Nah. I'm gonna go KO, like, second round. Screw it, why not, bro? Chris Moutinho's there to bang. Macy Chison versus Aileen Perez. We'll go Aileen Perez decision, bro. I seen her fight live. She's decent. Wow, Macy Chison is in the top 8. How are you ranked number 8 with coming off of 2 L's, bro? That's crazy. She got a win against Mayra Bueno Silva. I remember that cut. That cut was crazy, dude. Like, whew, nasty cut. But Eileen's streaking right now. Streaking. Has a win over Jocelyn Edwards, too, who we just saw get a nasty win. But, yeah, we'll go decision. I don't think either of these ladies are trying to get a finish. But we'll go Eileen, and she probably will twerk at the end, as we all know. Next up, Jose Medina versus Ryan Gondra. Whoa. Dude, coming off 4 L's, bro. So he lost the Contender Series, unanimous decision, still got signed to UFC, and has gone on to lose 3. Whoa, they've been feeding this guy monsters, though. Zach Reese, Atiba Gautier, and Todorovic. Wow. Yeah. Sorry, brother. I mean, if he gets a win, that'll be dope, but yeah. Round 1 KO. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of this card is unknown dudes, but it's like a lot of North American and South American. A lot of South American, like Brazil, Bolivia, Colombia, Mexico, all that. So yeah, on this one we're gonna go Luna. I'm gonna say decision. I think it goes all the way. Another guy that got signed after losing on the Contender Series. And okay, this guy's riding a streak, undefeated. So we're seeing newer guys, which is kind of cool in the UFC. How we're seeing, lesser known guys. Because me personally, when you watch lesser known guys, they're trying to make a name, they're trying to make a statement, and they're trying to get finishes. I feel like they're hungrier than the guys that are trying to protect a number by their name, trying to protect their ranking, and trying to, win the fight through points and decision. Like, these guys they're dying for that win money. As desperate as it is, they, need that win money sometimes. So, yeah, and this guy, 13-year age difference, I'm going to go with the young guy. Especially since it's not that big of a difference in their experience, like 7 fights to 10 fights professionally. Imanol Rodriguez versus Kevin Borjas. So a lot of people are going against Kevin Borjas, but he's nice, bro. He's nice. I've seen a couple of his fights. His loss to Joshua Van, Ronaldo Rodriguez. Yeah, so, I mean, he's fighting an undefeated guy coming off Contender Series. About the same reach. Same height. He's got a reach advantage. I'm going to go Kevin Borjas, bro. A lot of people aren't, but I'm going to go him by just decision. Yeah. All right, and I think we're in main card. We've been in main card for a couple fights. Last 2 fights were main card. So main card, Edgar Chairez versus Philip Bunez. I like Chairez, dude. He bangs. He stand and bangs. He also, another guy lost to Joshua Van. Joshua Van was on a tear, bro. And he was beating people that are like, people that I've seen fight that I feel like are decent, solid fighters, Like, may not be elite, but they're solid comp. So I'm going to go Chairez on this one. I think it's decision. I don't know Bunez. These guys are pretty close in ranking. Okay, so this guy's been in the UFC. also lost to Joshua Van, which is nuts. It's like, who hasn't Joshua Van fought in 125, right? So, but yeah, we're going to go Chires on that one. And getting up to the co-main, we got Daniel Zellhuber versus King Green. Zellhuber looks good, bro. He's got the age, he's got the height, he's got the reach. I like King Green. I do. I like him. But it's hard to go for him, bro, when the losses that he's taken. But he fights. So, like, with the people that he fights, I feel like he beats the ones that are not elite. But, like, when he faces elite comp, they do him dirty, bro. Like Jalen Turner, Pimblett, Hoofy. The Hoofy spinning heel kick, bro, that was nuts. But, like, this Lance Gibson and Jim Miller, you know. But, yeah. So, Zellhuber's coming off of 2 L's, but, yeah, he took an L to Michael Johnson, which is, you know, in the past year, Michael Johnson has looked like Michael Johnson of late, who is more streakier than King Green. I feel like King Green is like a Michael Johnson. So King Green has a chance to win this, but I'm going Daniel, KO, we'll say round 3. If King Green wins, that's dope. It's not like I'm going against the guy. I'm just going off what I see and think. So I think Zellhuber wins. He bounces back from these 2 L's he's taken, gets back in the win column, and gets back up to lightweight. If he loses this one, though, he's washed, man. He's done. Yeah. I mean, he's young. He still has time, but... And we got Chito Vera versus David Martinez. I feel like I've seen David Martinez in a couple fights. Simon Oliveira. No, I didn't see that one. Rob Font. I feel like I've seen this fight, but I may have missed it also. Chito is on a 3-fight skid, so he needs a win. I don't see Chito's path to victory, though. Like, he hasn't won in 2.5 years, but his losses aren't to slouches. I feel like he should have won. He should have did more. The thing about Chito is he's a late starter. He starts very slow, this guy, and then he gets going late, but he cracks. He cracks hard, bro, but I think this younger cat is going to be too much for him. Riding a win streak. I am a Chito fan, though. I like Chito, so if he wins, it's cool. I just want to see a good fight. But I think Chito is hard to knock out, too, so I feel like it'll go to decision. Yeah, because, let's see, Chito hasn't, last 5 fights, hasn't been a finish. This guy has some finishes in other leagues, but in the UFC, we have a decision. And he does have a KO, but decision in Contender Series. So, yeah, we'll say decision, Martinez. And the main event, Brandon Moreno versus Loner Kavanagh. It's kind of crazy Loner Kavanagh was given this main event when he got knocked out by Charles Johnson. That right hook flatlined him. Brandon Moreno also coming off a loss to Tetsuya Taira, I believe. And Tetsuya Taira just, got to that back mount and dominated him on the ground. This fight, I believe, stays standing, and I don't think Loner Kavanagh has the gas or the hands to stand with Brandon Moreno. So we're gonna go Brandon Moreno. I think he gets a KO. I don't think it goes to those championship rounds. I think it just goes 3. Yeah, weird that they gave Kavanagh this slot. Maybe he's the only guy that can step up for this fight. Ready, in camp, can make weight, etc., etc. Would like to see, like, Kopp take this fight, Manel Kopp, or, your other flyweight heavy, not heavy, but light, flyweight contenders, top 5, So, yeah, we got Brandon Moreno taking that, and that's going to be the picks for this one. Yeah, not too much to talk about, but as always, appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more on the Ronell MMA YouTube page. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.